Good morning. Well, it's starting to burn off now, but we had some fog this morning. First real foggy morning of the fall that we've had. It's been cool the last couple of days, but it's supposed to warm up here the next few, so that's good for crop development and finish these crops off. The fog is not great in September because what it does is keeps those ears and plants wet and moist and allows ear molds and rots to get started. We don't like that, but nothing we can do about it, so we'll see. Today's plan, we're going to bring the 2730 Ripper in the shop here and do a little work on that. We might move the sprayer so we can just pull it all the way through and then I don't have to unhook it. I think we'll just use the 8RX to pull it in here so we don't have to, because the 9R's got the scrapers on it, we'd have to change the drawbar and everything, and I'm not ready to do that yet. But this will pull it into the shop. It won't pull it in the field, but it'll pull it into here, so let's get it around. It is nice to have clean work spaces when you're working in the shop on stuff, especially crawling in the floor, although it's tillage equipment that's probably got dirt on it. We're going to make it dirty again. But we're just going to start clean. I went down and got my floor sweeper from the seed warehouse because I don't have a Martin, Larson Farms reference, but I do have a manual walk behind push sweeper that works pretty good. It's easier than a broom. I got the back half done. Let's go get our ripper hooked up. Move this tractor out of the way and we'll come sweep the front half before we pull it in here. Oh, it's so nice. It still has new tractor smell, in case you were wondering. Oh, yeah. It's always a struggle. It's always a struggle. We got it hooked up. We can pull it out of the weeds and we'll finish hooking the hoses and stuff up later, but it was too low. I had to lift the tongue up in order to get it to go into the drawbar. And I broke the pin in my jack, so I couldn't get it. It was a real pain. It's hooked up. That'll do. Let's get this thing in here. It's a tight fit, but I think we're gonna make it. Can't see it very good. Barely. We made it. Alright, so the plan here is just put the tractor in the back half and leave this ripper in the front. We might even be able to unfold it. However, I don't have the hydraulics hooked up to do so. So we're going to leave it right about there for right now. We'll work on some other stuff, and if we need to unfold it, we'll do so later. Okay, so what all do we need to do to this? Well, we've got to fix our jack. I broke the, I assume, roll pin that turns the gears. So we can take that apart and fix it. We're missing a hook on our safety chain. So we're going to attempt to fix that. I'm going to hook all our hydraulics up, make sure everything works. We need to grease, although I don't know that there's actually that many grease zerks on here. It's one of the things Deere has done on tillage equipment over the last several years is eliminate the grease points, make them those plastic bushings and stuff on all the pivots, and so there's not a ton of grease points, but we're going to do that. We'll check our scrapers out, although they look okay from right here. Tires, oh crap, we got a flat. I didn't even notice it. Dang it. Okay, well, we got to fix that. I may have bent this up a little bit trying to get it hooked up because I pushed it backwards, so we got to take that, fix that. Appears we have an oil leak on this cylinder. We're going to need a seal kit to fix that. 2 of them. Bah. Don't really want to do that, but okay. And these. This one works, but some of these are frozen up, and we need to attempt to unfreeze them, and if we can't unfreeze them, replace the bearing because, well, that's a crappy design. And check out our rolling baskets. They look okay. Yeah, just go through and general maintenance stuff. That tire is my biggest concern at the moment. This thing can be a little back heavy, so it's got some stands in the back to put down, and when I couldn't get the tongue into the clevis on the tractor, I kind of pushed it back a little bit, and I bent the pin. We may have to get a new pin. I don't think I can straighten that one. All right, well, I pulled those out and I cleaned up the stuff there so that they come in and out a little bit easier. We do need new pins. They're both bent. But we're going to go ahead and set this down so we can lift the weight off of those tires, set it on those jacks, and we should be able to get that tire off of there. Well, when I took the weight off it, this tire popped back into shape pretty well. Almost like I might be able to get it seated without actually taking it off. So we're going to see what happens here. It'll require 2 hands though. All right, that didn't work, but I have another idea. It just gets more dangerous is all. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. Did that work? Nope. We got this bead over here closer, but now this one's loose. Try again. Second time's a charm, I guess. All right, now we just got to figure out how much air is supposed to be in it and get it up there because it's still pushing the bead out. It's gonna take a minute. They're not tractor tires, but they get a lot of air in them. You can check the other ones while we're waiting. 110 psi it says to run in these tires, and the other 3 all had 110 to 113 in them, so they're good. Just this one that was flat. We'll get it up there. I don't think it's probably just a real slow leak, nothing to be super concerned about. It's been sitting for 10 months, you know. So we'll air it up to where it's supposed to be. We'll check it again in a couple of weeks and see where it's at. I went ahead and hooked up the rest of the hydraulics and electrical connections. This is a true set ripper, which means that it's isobus compatible, and we'll talk about that when we're actually running it sometime. But I wanted to point out something really cool. Well done, John Deere. Notice how the little tags here on each hose that identify which set they are, color coded, and which way they go, the symbol with the extend or the retract, match the colors on the tractor. Green is 1, blue is 2, brown is 3, black is 4, purple is 5. Gray is 6 on the tractor, but we don't have 6 hoses on this, so yeah, that's well done, John Deere. Well done. Now that we have all the hydraulics hooked up, let's lift this thing back up, put the weight back on the tires, so it's maybe a little bit safer for me to crawl underneath of it. Those jack stands are sufficient, but not exactly what they're meant for. They're not meant to support the whole weight. And we're gonna work on the closing disc. There's a pretty good chance I'm gonna run to the John Deere dealer this afternoon, and I want to know what parts that I need to get, so we're going to figure that out. All right, closing discs. If you've been watching my channel for a really long time, you remember us having some trouble with these 2 or 3 years ago. And this is a pretty poor design from John Deere because there's a non-greasable bearing in here, and it's supposed to be sealed, but it's not sealed enough to keep water and dirt out. And these lock up so that they don't turn after it sits for a while. And yes, I know it's not good for us to leave it sit outside, but that's the way it works with a lot of tillage equipment in the world, including on our farm. So you can see that one there. It's got a flat spot on the bottom. I can guarantee you that one's not turning. And that's not good. So I'm taking the vice grips and trying to loosen them up to see which ones have a shot at turning and which ones we need to tear apart the bearings and figure all of that out. So I think this one might be okay, but it's pretty tight. pretty tight. This one over here I cannot turn by hand. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that'll loosen right up. So some of them, oh yeah, this one's the best one yet. Loosen right up and then they'll be fine. And I've been trying to blow the dirt out from in here. Got my air gun. Sorry, there. Clean that up a little bit. And then I've actually got some penetrating oil that we're spraying in there. There's just no way to get it into the bearing real good, but I figured if the water got in there and the dirt got in there, I might be able to get a little oil in there. That one's good. I'm working my way through these, just seeing if I can get them to loosen up or not. This one, it's got that funky wear on the bottom, but I think that rock might be our issue. We gotta get that rock out of there. Loosened right up once we got the rock out. That's good. All right, well, it's not good, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So I went through and marked them all with either a G and L, which there's only two L's, these two, that I got to spin, but they still spin really hard, or a B. B is bad. That one's bad. I couldn't get it loosened up. There was 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them. Good, 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 good. So we've got 4 of them that we either have to try and take them apart and see if we can fix the bearings or put new bearings in. I'm going to start looking up some part numbers of some of the stuff that we need, making a list, seeing what's available, and that'll kind of determine how much effort I put into fixing the old ones, whether or not I can get new ones and how expensive they are. $400 a piece for this hub. This piece right here. That's pretty expensive to need 4 of them. We might have to tear into one, get it apart. So I tore one of those hubs apart. It's not pretty. It was full of dirt, more dirt than what you see here. I knocked the bearings out. The races are all pitted and corroded, and they are machined into this. Last time I had this trouble, I took a torch and cut one in half just so we could see and I could prove it. And they are in fact machined into it. There's kind of, sort of, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. This one was good, was bad for sure. Some of the other ones I might be able to knock apart a little bit and clean them up. We're gonna figure that out. We'll see what we can do here. But we got to make a parts run. Also, we're finding more problems. One, we are missing some bolts. Right here. Right there. That's not good at all. So we're going to get a couple of bolts and fix that and make sure we're not missing any more. And that tire that we just aired up is doing bad things. It's doing bad things. Can you see that? Not good. It's kind of goes right here all the way back around. So I have a feeling we're going to need a new tire, and I don't like that at all because I bet that's not a cheap tire. Dang. And this problem I knew about already, but I had kind of forgotten, and we already have the parts to fix it. But we lost some bolts on a disc gang over here. And the brackets that are supposed to be there, we have those, so we just got to get them put on. But we had to chain it up to finish the year and just pick the disc gangs out of the ground. So, yeah, good thing we got this out. We got a lot of work to do to it. So I'm going to make a lunch/parts run, see if we can't get some of what we need for this thing. We may throw a seed customer visit in there because, yep, that's still important this week. Then we'll come back and keep working on that this afternoon and see what we got to do about getting the tire. Might not be the easiest thing to do either. Well, we successfully ordered most of our parts. We got half of a seal kit and the bolts to bolt that rolling basket back on. And the rest of it, they'll show up at our parts drop box. Some tomorrow, some on Friday. Shall we see what all else is out here? We see some planters. That's a 24 row exact emerge. There's a 1795 used 9650, a 9870, 7290R. Nice little tractor. Actually, those aren't so little anymore. There's a sprayer. What's that one? 4940. 9770, 9530. Decent tractor. Big roller. That's about it. Not a lot of new stuff. There might be some up by the road, some new stuff, but not much. Nice header cart there. Get the skinny tires on that tractor. 6190R with super skinnies. 335 RT. That'd be a nice tractor. It's a little older than we would buy, but not a bad machine. 245R, and there's a big four-wheel drive there. What's that one? 9510R, just like what we got. Front weight bracket. And there's a big chopper. I don't know, is that a big chopper? 8700? Feels like a big chopper. All right, I am back. So the plan here, I did get 4 of these new hubs coming, but we're going to take apart all the ones that are bad or questionable and see if we can't clean them up and lube them and put them back together and hope they're not as bad as that first one that we did. So we'll start with this other one that we had on the bench that I did get to move, but it was still tight. So if I just tap this, then this cap falls off and we can see what we're dealing with a little bit. Kind of like this. It does work, I promise. Well, that one's clean. Okay, well, this one that was super clean when we popped it off of there, it had some dirt on the back. I managed to get that back cap off. We cleaned it up. That dirt came out of there. We repacked the bearings and put it back together. It spins freer than it did before. So now we're gonna put this cap back on and put it back together. Getting to the next one here, that's bad. These bolts are, that's quite worn as well. Yeah, just barely got it before I rounded it off. We're gonna have to get new bolts for any of them that we take apart. But let's go see what kind of shape this one's in. Oh, time out. We've got a fertilizer delivery. 28. We gotta go show him where he's going. All right, I showed that guy where to put the 28. So we did buy our 28 needs, which is mostly wheat fertilizer, but we'll use a little bit elsewhere in the corn. It is ridiculously expensive, but we got it for $150 a ton cheaper than last year. So I feel like that's not horrible. It, I believe, has gone up since we bought it, so we'll take it. But anyway, back to our disc blade. We got to get the blade off, take these bolts out. Okay, so that leaves us with our hub here. Let's pop that cap off and see what it looks like in there. Yummy. I have a feeling this one's no good. Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion that this one is going to be no good. But we'll take it apart, see what we got. All of that came out of there, and I can already tell you this one is for sure junk because, can you see down in there? These rollers are all screwed up, not how they're supposed to be. Looks like there's some missing, or they're laying sideways, or not sure what exactly is going on, but it's wrong. I know that. I'll knock it out of there, but that one's junk. There goes some rollers. Not good. What a mess. All right. I took apart all 4 of those ones that we couldn't get to move at all, and they were all like this, just caked full of dirt and not salvageable. All junk. So good thing I ordered 4 of them because we're going to need them. We did have that one that we took apart that I had been able to break loose, but it was still a little tight. We got that freed up a little bit more. That was this one. It doesn't free spin at all, like this one does a little bit, but it's better. This one spins, but still pretty tight. We could take that one apart, see if we can free it up a little bit more and clean it up and get some dirt out of it. The rest of them are all okay, so I guess we'll do that one more. All right, well, how far the dirt has permeated into these hubs makes all the difference in whether they are salvageable or not. So this one, when we popped the plate off, completely clean inside. The dirt had not made it all the way through the bearings into this side here. And I'm sure that that is what is happening on the other ones is we've got this ring that goes on here, and this piece with a seal on it sits in there, and the dirt is getting past this seal, and it's getting into the bearing, and it just works its way through. This one, the dirt had started to get past the seal there, but not really into these bearings. So we're going to try and pull the bearings out, see if we can get some grease in there and clean them up, and then put this back together. And I don't know, maybe we'll throw some silicone sealant or something in there to try and prolong the life of these a little bit. Well, I was going to take that out of there, but by the time I pick the dirt out, this bearing turns freer than any other one that I've done so far, and I'm afraid I'm going to wreck it if I try and get it out. And the second one, because there's 2 bearings in here, the second one on the back side turns as well. So we're just going to spray some penetrating grease, some of this stuff in there that'll kind of, it's a liquid, it'll soak in, and then it kind of thickens up as it gets inside there. Yeah, no way I'm going to turn it now, it's slippery. Try and get some of that in there, and then we're gonna put this back together and try and seal it up a little bit better than what it was. That's my plan. We'll let that soak in for a minute. Okay, I got that one back together. I wrote on there that we resealed, ran out of room, now, so that I'll know that I had this one apart before, so if it fails next year, I'll know why. But I cleaned everything up real good. I put some silicone on the seal and tried to seal it up as best I could, put that ring back on so we can bolt the blade back on there and put that one back on the ripper. Okay, so we've got to put our closing disc project on hold until we get our new hubs. Let's move on to this. This should be fairly quick and easy to do. We've got 2 bolts that are missing, likely broken. From there, we might have to loosen the other ones up. I have to tighten the other ones from the looks of it to get it in place, but that should be fairly straightforward and easy. How am I going to clamp that together enough to get a nut started? I got the holes lined up, but I can try and loosen the other side a little bit more. I went with some already. That might help. I might have to get a jack and push up on this or something, or right here. Warning, this is stupid and dangerous. Do not attempt unless you're a trained professional or stupid. I'm going to put myself in the second category. It's not working. It's not working. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Well, we got it. My impact has got that as tight as it will go on the impact, but we might put a wrench on there and try and draw that in a little bit yet. I don't know. I had to get a longer, different bolt, suck one side in, get the other bolt on, and then take it back out and put the other one. Okay, we got it. All right, next up, we got to tackle this disc gang over here and get that fixed. So I'm sure that we've got all the parts in the back of the porch to the office there, and we just got to get that unfolded, and I think we can just bolt it together. It should go together pretty easily. Famous last words. All right, we are missing these pieces over here, so we have to get them back in there. This chain is going to be in the way, but it's not doing anything anyway. Okay, I believe those pieces are all right there, so we're just going to start piecing it together and trying to make it look like that one and see if we can make it work. Well, we were close. We're missing one bolt. We had 2, and apparently we need 3. This one is different than this one. We had 1 of each. So, I gotta look around and see if we've got it somewhere else and I just missed it, or if we didn't order it and I gotta order one, which is fine if that's the case. But, yeah, that. And we had this piece. This is a piece that is purely designed to keep you from getting a wrench on that nut to be able to tighten it. No, it's really a stop to keep it from flexing too much on that C-shank so it doesn't break. But yeah, how am I supposed to tighten that? Soon. Look, Rylan came to visit us. We still gotta figure out what to do about our tire. Look at this tire, Rylan.
What tire?
This one. Look at this. See that big bump in there?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that.
Was it right?
Huh?
How did it get that?
I don't know. It must have a leak inside there. Think we should call Papa Steve and see if he can get us a tire? It's going to be an expensive tire, I bet.
Yeah, but maybe sometimes you need to change these. They're rusty.
Yeah, that's okay. As soon as we put it in the ground, they won't be too rusty anymore. Uh-oh, we got a broken spring.
Huh? Ooh.
We got some broken springs on our scrapers. We have to fix that. We just submitted a parts order too, darn it. We might have some little springs actually. Let's go and look. We need a couple. 3, 2, something like that. 1 maybe. I guess they're in pairs. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. It is 6:45. We're going home, so we'll keep working on this. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. Probably got to do some more seed business stuff in the morning. I've got other stuff going on in the afternoon tomorrow. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're waiting for some parts on this, so we can only do so much as it is, but we're getting there.
I'm gonna keep this in mind.
Rylan, what'd you get? Grandpa gave him a present. What'd you get? Can you show me? Grandpa give that to you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm hanging in my room.
Rylan got a picture of the farm to hang in his room, so.
But you look,
What?
oh, I can't see it.
See what?
See the thing, the pump on the diesel tank.
The pump on the diesel tank? Can't see it very good.
But I can't see it very well.
Not in the picture, nope. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And we will see you probably again tomorrow. I might combine tomorrow and Friday. We'll see. We'll see how things go.
None of these pictures have your new truck.
All right. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.